Hey. Time for another out-of-this-world story from rSpace. If you've ever wondered how fast things can fall apart when emotional boundaries are crossed at work, this one's for you. Today on rSpace, an office romance that torches a perfectly good marriage. My wife, 28 female, cheated with her supervisor, and I, 32 male, saw the red flags too late. Here's my story. Long post. Hey there, Reddit. I've been lurking here for months, reading your posts, taking the heartbreak and the lessons, never once thinking I'd end up with my own story to tell. But life has a way of blindsiding you, doesn't it? I'm 32, male, and my wife is 28, female. We've been together for 7 years, married for 5, and I genuinely believe we had something unbreakable. Real, honest love that could weather anything. Now I'm sitting here questioning every moment of it, and I'm typing this out. Feels like the only way to process the mess I'm in. This is going to be a long one, so if you've got the time, grab a coffee and settle in. I've got a lot to get off my chest. When I met her, we clicked right away. Shared a love for football, late-night movie marathons, debates about social issues, and planning trips to sandy beaches and quiet mountain cabins. For years, it was everything I'd ever wanted. She was my soulmate, my best friend, the person I'd lean on when my life got heavy. I'd see her across a crowded bar, laughing with our friends, flashing me that grin, and my heart would skip. She'd take care of me when I was down with the flu. I'd return the favor, and we had each other's backs. Through thick and thin, watching her cheer at games or giggle on our hikes, I'd think, this is it. She's my forever. For 5 solid years, I never doubted us. That all started to change about 2 years ago. It wasn't some dramatic blowout, just a slow, creeping shift I couldn't miss. She'd come home from her marketing job quieter than usual, less interested in crashing on the couch with me to catch up on her days. She'd scroll her phone for hours, toss me one-word answers, and there was this icy edge to her I didn't recognize. I picked up on it immediately. How could I not? I figured it might be work stress. She'd been stuck with the same team for years. Maybe the routine was wearing her down. But then her new supervisor showed up, and the warning signs started flashing like neon lights. His name, Margus, 30, and he swept into her office like some kind of force of nature. That first week, she came home practically glowing about him, how funny he was, how he had this gift for making everyone feel alive. She couldn't stop talking about how Margus had this energy, like he just lit up the office. The way her eyes sparkled when she said it made my stomach twist. I noticed it right off the bat. This wasn't just small talk. She used to ask about my day, my coding projects, what I'd cooked for dinner, but now it was all Margus, every sentence starting with his name. My stomach churned, that gut instinct kicking in, telling me something was off. I'd read enough posts here, heard enough stories from friends to recognize the signs of someone getting too attached. I didn't let it slide, but I didn't call her out either. I needed more than a feeling to go on. I wanted to be wrong so badly. The weeks rolled on, and the gap between us grew. She started pulling late shifts, something she'd done before, but these felt different. She'd come home distracted, give me a half-hearted peck on the cheek, and head straight to bed without a word. I'd lie there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, her words about Margus looping in my mind. Then came the night that shattered everything. Our friend Daniel, 32, had just been diagnosed with a rare, aggressive disease, something that's tearing him apart. He's been a constant in our lives, the kind of guy who'd give you anything you had. When we found out, my wife and I promised we'd go see him. Bring some beers, just be there for him. She's always been the emotional core of our group, first to cry, first to step up, so when she didn't show that night, it wasn't just a shock, it was a blaring alarm. I waited at home, texting her, calling. No response. My head spun. Car accident? Emergency at work? Finally, I went to Daniel's alone, my chest tight with worry. He was a wreck but tried to stay strong, and we talked for hours about how he's holding up. I kept checking my phone, hoping she'd reach out. Nothing. When I got home, the worry I had morphed into something darker. She wasn't there. No texts, no sign of her. I called Jane, 28, her coworker I've always gotten along with. Is Kelly with you? I asked, my voice unsteady. Jane paused, then said, She's out with Margus. I left early, it was just them. My heart dropped. She bailed on Daniel, our Daniel, for this guy she'd known a month? The red flags were deafening now, and I couldn't ignore them anymore. She rolled in at 3 a.m., eyes tired, reeking faintly of wine. Where were you? I asked, arms crossed, voice firm. Work, drinks, she muttered, dodging my gaze. Lost track of time. Forgot about Daniel, I'm sorry. She looked remorseful, and part of me wanted to believe her. They'd been close forever, but those warning signs were too loud. I asked who was at the work drinks. She casually listed the usual names, Jane, Sophie. I asked if Margis was there, and she said yeah, like it was no big deal. When I pressed further, she claimed everyone stayed late. Meanwhile, I already knew it had just been the two of them, but Jane's words, just them, echoed in my head. She was lying, and I knew it. My wife, who'd always been honest with me, was covering something up. This wasn't just suspicion, it was reality. The next day, I was a wreck. I didn't confront her, I didn't know how to yet, but that lie ate at me. She'd never let someone like Daniel down, not without a dang good reason. Over the next few weeks, she'd pulled further away. Late nights became routine. She stopped touching me. No hugs, no closeness, and her phone was always in her hand. One night I asked who she was glued to her phone with all evening. She brushed it off. Just a work friend, she said. I asked if it was Margis, and she snapped back, defensive, like I had no right to ask. That's when I knew she was hiding something. That defensiveness, that snap, it was another red flag waving in my face. I told her she was clearly obsessed with the guy. He was all she talked about, even while our friend Daniel was literally fighting for his life. She fired back that it wasn't like that he was just a friend, and she'd already apologized. It was total deflection. It didn't hold water. That night, I waited until she was asleep and took her phone. The texts with Margis were a gut punch. Sex, flirty promises, plans to meet. I took pictures, my hands shaking. The evidence I dreaded right there. A week later, it was torture, more late nights, more distance. My friend suggested a surprise dinner, so I texted her. Busy after work? No, I'm free, she replied. Sounded almost normal. I made steak, bought wine, got flowers, put my heart into it. She walked in, saw it, and her face fell. She took one look at the dinner I made, steak, flowers, the works, and just said she had to go to some surprise party a coworker was throwing. Like the effort I put in meant nothing. She left. I sat there, food going cold, knowing I'd been right all along. The red flags weren't wrong, and I was done waiting. I put a tracker in her car. I'm not proud of it, but I needed answers. Next, late shift, I followed. She drove to a secluded spot, met Margis, got in his car. I recorded it, watching my marriage fall apart. She acted like everything was fine after that, smiling, pouring coffee like I didn't know. I couldn't take it. During her next shift, I searched our place and found an iPad hidden under her drawer. No password, a stroke of luck. Inside was a folder, naked photos of her for him, videos of them together, graphic, shameless. Then worse, clips with another woman and a guy, a bigot with tattoos she'd have hated once. Margis was there smirking. This wasn't just cheating, it was her abandoning everything she'd been. We'd talked fantasies. I'd mentioned threesomes. She said no way. Now she was doing it with him. I copied it all to my laptop. Proof for the divorce I knew was coming. I told Daniel everything. He was horrified, sickened, but he'd seen her change too. Divorce her. She's gone. He was right. Confronting her wouldn't undo this. I filed, packed up while she was at work, left the papers and my ring on the table, moved in with my college friend Adam, far from our old life. My parents were stunned but supportive. That night she blew up my phone. Apologies. I love you, please to talk. I blocked her. She emailed, begging to meet. I said no, just sign. She wouldn't, claiming she still loved me. Margis meant nothing. Seeing her panic just felt justified. I'd seen the signs, and now she knew it. Adam said I'd need answers eventually. My therapist agreed. You're avoiding her because you're scared those years were a lie. Face her. Ask the hard questions. She wouldn't sign without it, so I agreed. We met at a cafe. She looked broken, desperate. When we met to finalize the divorce, I asked her how long it had been going on. She admitted it started in the first month, and that they slept together just weeks in our bed no less. I asked her why, and she told me he made her feel alive. That he was new, exciting. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You were my everything, but he was new, exciting. I'm so sorry. She swore she ended it when I left, that he'd turned clingy. I got her signature, walked away. She's gone now, quit her job, left town. I'm trying to rebuild, but trust? That's shattered for good. Her saying Margis made her feel alive is just another slap, honestly. If being alive means blowing up your marriage and destroying the trust of someone who loved you deeply, then she can go feel alive somewhere far away from you. Good riddance. Update. Hey Reddit. It's been a year since I posted about my wife's affair with her supervisor, Margis, and how I walked away from our 7-year relationship. A lot of you asked for an update, so here it is. Straight facts, no fluff. Life's changed since I left those divorce papers on the table, and I'm in a better place now. After I moved out and filed for divorce, my ex didn't stay in our old rental long. She lost her marketing job a month later. Rumors about her and Margis spread fast, and the office turned on her. Most of our mutual friends cut ties after I told them the full story. Daniel hasn't spoken to her since I showed him the evidence. Her family's not happy either. Her mom called me once, apologizing for what she did, saying they're still reeling from it. Her reputation is trashed. Small towns don't forget, and the affair is still gossip fodder. Margis didn't hang around. After I left and she broke it off with him, he dumped her cold. A friend who knows someone at her old job said he started dating another coworker within weeks, a 25-year-old newbie on the team. He blocked my ex's number, cut all contact, and moved on like she was nothing. She tried reaching out a few times, according to Jane, but he didn't bite. She's been on her own since. No Margis, no new guy, just her and whatever's left of her life. I'm doing well. I moved into a new apartment near my job. Coding's still my gig, and I've stayed with the same company. The lease on our old place ran out a few months after I left, so that's behind me. I've been dating casually, nothing serious, just dinners or hikes with women I've met through friends or apps. I'm not in a rush to settle down, but it's good to be out there again. I reconnected with my crew. Adam's my rock, and I've been hitting the trails with him and some others almost every weekend. Coding's taken off as a hobby too. I'm working on an app, got a beta version up and running. My parents check in often, glad to see me back on track. My ex, though, she won't let go. She's been stalking me, and it's wearing thin. I blocked her number after the divorce, but she's made new ones, texting me about how she misses me, asking how I'm doing. I ditched social media back then, but she's found my new accounts. Probably got a tip from someone, because I've seen her liking my posts or watching stories before I block her again. She's shown up at my workplace twice, hanging out by the parking lot, saying she just wants to talk. Security kicked her out the second time, and I've told them to call the police if she tries it again. She's emailed me too. Long messages about wanting to apologize in person. I don't respond. Haven't in months. But she keeps at it. I'm over her. Done. Looking back, all those things I loved, the warmth, the loyalty, the way she'd brighten a room, feel fake now. She put on a show for 5 years, had me thinking she was my soulmate, but the minute Margis walked in, she tossed our marriage aside like it was trash. 5 years together and she ditched it in weeks for a guy she barely knew. That's not love, that's treachery. Her true self came out, a traitor who will stab you in the back when a better offer comes along. Once a cheater, always a cheater, and I've got no space for that. She was never there when it counted. I used to see her as my rock, nursing me through colds, cheering me on, standing by me. But when Daniel got sick, she skipped out on him without blinking. When I made that dinner to pull her back, she walked out the door. The texts, the videos, letting Margis and his sleazy friends into our bed. It's all proof she was never who I thought. She hid her real self until she couldn't, and I'm not fooling myself about the past anymore. The divorce went through 6 months ago. She signed after our cafe meeting, and I haven't seen her since, though she keeps trying. I took my share of our savings, sold off some old furniture, and severed every link. She's got no job from what I hear, just drifting. Margis is long gone and she's lost our old circle. I don't know if she's seeing anyone. Don't care either. Her mess is hers to deal with. I moved on. Dating's been easygoing. Met a woman last month who likes hiking, and we've gone out a few times. Nothing deep, just enjoying it. My app's progressing, the beta's solid, and it's keeping me busy. Adam and I did a week-long camping trip last summer, and I've got a coastal trip planned with some guys next month. Work's steady, got a promotion coming, more responsibility, better pay. My parents visited last week, and we had a solid time catching up. Life's good. Better than I thought it'd be a year ago. She's still lurking. Last week, another email came. Same, "I want to talk" line. I deleted it halfway through. Yesterday, a coworker and someone matching her description was asking about me at the front desk, but she left before I got there. I've told everyone, friends, family, work, to shut her down if she shows up. I don't want her back. Don't need her words. She showed me who she is, and I'm done with the woman I thought I married. She's a stranger now, and I'm living my life without her hanging over me. Thanks for the support in my original post. You all helped me see I wasn't alone. I'm good now, really good, and I'm not looking back. She blew up her whole life for someone who bounced the second things got real. Meanwhile, you kept your dignity, handled your business, and rebuilt. That says everything about the difference between the two of you. The stalking stuff, though, that's unsettling. You've been more than patient. She lost the right to reach out when she made her choices, and the fact that she keeps trying to pop back into your life just proves she hasn't learned anything. You're 100% right to shut that down. Have you ever had someone try to come back into your life after they blew it? And how did you handle it? Thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time.